Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome back for another Journaling on a Budget video. We are now filling our journal, and this is the one we did last time. I did have to get a piece of muslin to put underneath of the stamp there, and then I did just hit it with a little bit of the, what color is that again? The Vintage Photo ink, just to kind of blend it in because it was so light colored. And then this is an open up spot where you can journal. And so now we have this page over here. And when I did this page, I wasn't really thinking about the fact that this just kind of dead ends right into this page. And these pages, the spread has to go together. Now, if you do a spread and you've made that mistake and you can't figure out how to make them go together, you can always go ahead and put in something like, even just like a doily or just some kind of a little flip, just to, just to go ahead and break that up a little bit so that then it doesn't, you don't have the problem of you've got this flower dead ending, which is my biggest problem, is this flower dead ending right into that page. So that way that kind of breaks that up and then you don't have to worry about that. But what I did was I went ahead and I pulled out another one of these, the same napkin, and that part comes from down here at the bottom. So I don't really want to line it up this way because if I do, everything else will be going sideways. So what I did do was I kind of held it up this way, and at least these pinks really match. And so I'm going to put this napkin on this whole page, which is also going to break this page up for me because I just really didn't know what to do with that page. And so I'm just going to cut this napkin right on the fold, and I'm going to put that in next to the other page, and I think that that will look just fine. So just get this cut off, and then I'm going to glue it in with the glue stick just like I did the last time because I really do like that idea, and it's just so much quicker. I'm going to cut around this butterfly because I don't think my page is going to go up that far, hopefully. And if it does, I'll just add a little piece in there because I didn't want to lose that butterfly. He'll be pretty to put on something else. Now let's see if I've got enough to cover the page. Yeah, I do. So, and then we'll get this in here, and then I'll trim it off afterwards. So I'm going to pull this page out a little bit just to make sure that I can get all the way up to the edge here. And I can take this, the nice thing about when you're working with the rubber bands, let's see what's on the other side of this. Let me see what's on the other side of this page. Okay, so I've got this on the other side of that page, so instead of pulling it out that way, I'll pull it out this way. And we'll just work on this page, and then we'll put it back in. Because sometimes that's just so much easier to do than to have to work on it in your journal, and that's what I love about the rubber band pages. I'm going to just start with like about an inch worth of glue right here and put this on, and then fold it back and put the rest on. Just get that pressed in like that. Press it down. And hopefully I have enough glue to go the whole way. I'm going to press this down now. Whoops, kind of stuck. When I'm doing a piece of napkin that's this big, I do like to do it in just in parts. It just seems, for me, it just seems to be easier. Oh, and here we go. I have run out of glue stick. Well, I have threads on my table and they're sticking. Well, I think we're going to make it. Whoops. Yep, I think that we made it. Thank goodness. Okay, so you'd think that I would check on that before I started a video, huh? And there we go. So we've got that all in. We'll just get it trimmed down. And I'm going to really quick grab another glue stick in case we need it and grab my scissors. It's not very far away, so I'll be right back. There, I grabbed 2 glue sticks just in case. And I think that these scissors will work better so it won't take so long. Although these ones are getting pretty bad too. I don't treat my scissors the best. I use them to cut everything. I do have fabric scissors in my art room. They have lace on the handles so that everybody knows don't use them, including myself, for anything but fabric. Other than that, whatever scissors they are, they get used for everything. I try not to cut wire, although sometimes I do. But I try not to cut wire with my scissors. Okay, so there we go. And now I'm going to put it back in because I want to be able to see whatever we're going to do next to see what it's going to look like. So let me open it up to this page. And just slide that right back in there. But that was much easier to be able to put that right on my table instead of having to try and do it in the book with all of this behind it. I'm stuck. Oh, I've got my button stuck on my tab for the next signature. That's not going to go anywhere. There we go. Now I shouldn't have too much of a problem. Voila. And there we go. And that does look okay next to each other. It doesn't look like it's too different. That was the biggest thing. So, and then I thought, I did pull out some things for this one so that I wouldn't be totally trying to figure it out. And I pulled out another piece of this pink paper that I thought we could use to make a pocket. Now, to me, I like it over here, but over here it looks just too bright. I still want to use it because I want to tie in with this, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's see, I want this piece kind of in the middle, so I'm going to try just a little bit of brown on it. And a little bit of, the brown again is Vintage Photo, and a little bit of pink, which is Worn Lipstick. And see what I think about those next to the journal. So both of them actually look good. Because we do still want to tie this one in. Looking at this one next to it, it looks good. So does that. But I think I'm going to do it in pink. So what I'm going to do though is I want to back this on something. I should have a piece of cardstock or something here, or a piece of file folder or something, because I don't, being that it's a pocket, I want it to be more solid. A bit on there. Yes. Let me cut this off. There we go. All right, I'm going to glue it on here. How long does it need to be? Let's do this. I just don't need to glue the whole thing. So I'll glue it on and then cut around it. Now usually I don't, like with a short pocket like this, I don't normally punch the little half circle in it because it's so short, but you could if you wanted to. Oh, and I think maybe after I put the pink on here, this is not coming out. Grab something clean off the tip. Maybe after I put the pink on the whole piece of paper, then maybe I'll edge it in the brown. And maybe that would look pretty. Actually, I didn't need glue all over this whole thing, did I? Just going ahead and putting this on the file folder. And I'm going to wipe this extra glue off that I put on there so I can cut it. And I'll put some ink on it before I cut it to give that glue a little time to dry. And it doesn't have to be completely solid. I just kind of want to hit the white portions, and this will kind of knock back that bright pink just a little bit, but it will still, because it's the same pattern, the same type of paper, which is, we have a tutorial for making this paper in the Build Your Stash and Craft series, possibly even in this series. And it's watercolor paper, where you just use watercolor markers and water on a piece of plastic, and it gives you this beautiful look. This is one of my go-to colored papers. I really like the looks of it. Okay, maybe a little bit more right up here. There we go. Now hopefully I made it long enough. Yes, I did. Flip it over so I can cut this little bit. There we go. And I kind of like this little bit of file folder sticking out on the bottom, so I think I'm going to leave that there and just trim it straight. Just use my trimmer just to make sure that it's a straight edge. Okay, and then this one. I'm going to trim this pocket. Grab my pencil. I trim it, I think, right about there. And now I know that I have a straight edge on this part here, so I can use that to line up my mark to make sure that that side is straight. So I'm going to put that one in there like that. And I don't want it to go into the fold too much, because then sometimes you have a hard time opening and closing your book. So leave it just a little bit shy and you won't have any problems with it. So yeah, I think that that looks pretty good if we go ahead and distress the edges with the brown. Do we want to round the top? Why not? Both corners or just this corner? Let's see. Yeah, I like the looks of that. I'm going to round both corners though. There we go. Yeah, just gives it a little something. Now just go in and distress it. Try and push my book away a little bit. I don't want to get the little foam bits on my book. Although with that background, you probably wouldn't see much. And I want to really kind of distress up this little bottom strip of file folder. Kind of make it stand out a little bit. Here we go. And I'm going to put that right on there. Now, you can either glue just the bottom and just one side so that the pocket's not tight, so that it has a little bit of an opening here. And do we want that being that that's close to the center? Now, I think I'm going to glue all the way around. Did I trim off this napkin? Yes, I did. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that that was actually the bottom of my paper. I'm going to start down just a little bit, like just under that rounded corner. Instead of gluing the rounded corner down, I'm just going to come just to it. And I want to slide that right down to the bottom of my page because that napkin had a little bit of white on the bottom edge. So I want to cover that up. Just give it a good press. Now lift this from your other page to make sure you're not sticking together. That's the other thing about when you're working right in the book, is just making sure that you don't glue things together. There we go. I like the looks of that. Now, do we need to distress around the edges of here? I think that we do. Just a quick bit. It doesn't need to be anything heavy. But because we're distressed on this side, I really want them to go together. And it really does. Just doing the little bit of edging makes such a big difference. Make sure I didn't get any under here. And there we go. So, and the reason I put a pocket on this side is because we had a writing space on this side, and so I wanted to do something where we could have a pocket and some tags on this side. And then I did already pick out some tags, and I have these two tags. This one I've ripped with my ripper, and this one I just cut with a pair of scissors. But these are out of a wallpaper book. It was a kid's wallpaper, so this was like a mural that you could put on a kid's wall. So I thought that that looked great, and I thought that that looked really nice with the colors that are in here. And so that's what I chose to put in here. But I do need to put, I'm going to have to back them on some tea-dyed paper or something so that it has a writing space on the back. So I have this one right here, and I'll just put them on here. And then we'll get them cut out. I probably should rip this one because I ripped it the first time. But of course, you know what I'm going to say. I didn't bring my ripper. Give that a really good press. Put the other one on here too, and then we'll get them cut out. And then let's see, we'll need to put some kind of a little tab on the top. get a good press on the back side too. I do like to choose my lighter color coffee papers to put on the back of journaling cards. I just think it's easier to journal on that way. But that's all total preference. I know there's a lot of people that like to put lots of different colors on the back of their journaling cards. They mix it up and they look good too. You'll find when you're crafting there are things where you see other people do them and you think, oh, that looks really nice, but it's just like it's not your style, or it's something that, you know, like I have a hard time thinking if I'm going to write on that it's different color papers or different bits of paper, but I think that it looks really nice when everybody does it. I just have a hard time bringing myself to be able to do that. So, you know, just know that if it's something that you are having a problem with, then just don't do it that way. Do it your way. Because there is no right or wrong way to any of this. It's all about just having a good time and making a pretty book. And so really it's up to you as to what is pretty. And I am just kind of trying to go along the little jaggedy edges because I don't want it to be a straight line and have the paper sticking out too much. And I like the looks of that ribbed edge. Sometimes I don't think about it. I thought, well, I'll see how it looks both ways. I liked the rib edge better, but now I have the other one already cut. So using them together, I thought, well, can I use them together because they're different? And then I thought, yes, I can. This is the one thing about a junk journal. They're very eclectic. You can do anything you want in them. And it, about 99% of the time, it looks good. Sometimes you'll just not, you know, you'll do something and think that is really not working. So we've almost got this done. And then I thought that maybe I have some of our dyed fabric that we did, fabric strips. And I think that's what I'm going to put at the top. So there we go. And then let's see. I kind of thought that this blue, let's bring our book back in here. I thought this blue might be a nice offset. We've got the blue butterfly, and so I thought it looked nice with that. The purple goes well with the pink, and even this butterfly has a little bit of purple in him. And I just thought contrast. It needs a little bit of contrast. You know, everything being, you know, really just tan and pink. You need that little offset color, that contrast color. So just take the strings off of this and then decide how tall I want them to be. And I don't know if I want them sticking out of the book or not, but so I think what I'm probably going to do is cut them long enough to stick out the top of the book. Then if I don't like it later, I can always go and cut them shorter. But if I cut them shorter and then I think, oh, I wish I would have left them longer, then I've got to either change it out if I have some more of this left, or otherwise, let me see, maybe that one needs to go because that tag's shorter. Yeah, I'll just do it just like that. And I think that that's going to look nice. So now I have to poke a hole in here, and I don't have my hole punch. So just like last time, I'm going to say that we're going to put this on here after I punch a hole, and the next time that we come back, I'll show you what it looks like. But basically, this is what it's going to look like. So there's our page for today. I like how that turned out. Originally, this is some border paper that we made in Build Your Stash and Craft. And originally, I was going to put that on here, and I forgot to. I wonder, let me see. See if I can tuck it in and glue that on there. See what I think of it. And I was going to leave it raggedy like that. What do you think? So this is what we're going to do. Since when we come back next time, I'm going to go back to this page to show you what it looks like. We'll have a vote. Do you like this with the little piece on it? Although I think it needs to be just a little bit shorter than this. Do you like it with this piece on it or without? So if you leave a comment, please let me know which you like better, with the edging or without, and I'll wait until we come back next time after you see this video, and I get all the comments. When I come back to do the video after that, I'll go ahead and either put this on or not put this on. So thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.